Okay, I went to West Side Junior High and High School at Dayton, Idaho.
Is it in one building?
Yeah, it's in one great big building. Junior high was on one side and high school was on the other side. Had the big gym.
How many,
Had,
do you remember how many classmates?
well, it was pretty small. I think there's sometimes it might have been 33 and sometimes it was 36, maybe 40. It might have got up to 40. See, it was very small. It's
In your class, in your one grade?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yes. When you put all 6 grades in, there's quite a few. I mean, not like a big high school, but we all knew each other. We all went to church together and to high school together. So we went on the bus. First time I got to go on the bus, so we always had to be hurrying along to go to the bus. If I was late, then Brother Palmer, Mr. Palmer, who lived right next door to us, was the bus driver. He'd wait for us. And yeah, junior high was really fun. We got to have different classes, different teachers. It was fun to do things like that instead of just having one teacher. And we got to do a lot of things. I got to do a lot of piano playing and singing, dancing, because I guess partially that some of them didn't know how to do it, I guess. But I got to do a lot of singing and making up dances with this one friend of mine. We used to dance together. And got to do a lot of artwork. In fact, I took typing and the teacher had me do artwork for him even. So I did all my artwork in typing, so that's why I'm not a very good typer. And had some piano recitals. We would work up a number and then you would compete. And if you won from your high school or your junior high, then you got to go on to the state. So I got to do that every year. And I got playing quite a few songs. I played Polonaise and something, A something, I can't even remember, and Prelude in C sharp minor by Rachmaninoff. And I remember in my junior year playing Malagueña.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I practiced and practiced. I had that down cold. It was really good. I loved that song.
You played that for
So
us.
here I was competing with my friend Stanley Hansen. And we were always competing together. And they let him go that year. And I didn't like his song. Everybody says, you played so much better than Stanley. It's just that he's a senior, so they're letting him go. It made me so mad. I didn't get to go that year. Anyway, speaking of Stanley Hansen, he was one of my boyfriends.
Oh.
He was always a good pal. We always did a lot of things together. In fact, one year, his mother took us down to Liberace in Salt Lake City for
No.
a concert.
Liberace.
So I remember doing that. His mother. And he took me to my first big formal dance with a fancy dress. And he gave me my first corsage. It was gardenias, white gardenias, 3 beautiful white gardenias. Smelled beautiful. I'll never forget the smell. And I think he got to drive that time. I don't think his mother had to drive us. I don't know, I could be wrong. Anyway, in high school we had lots of fun teachers. Remember I did home ec. I was trying to learn how to make skirts and all kinds of weird stuff. My mother didn't sew, so I didn't have much help at home. But I ended up drawing in there too, or else practicing dance steps or singing or practicing something with my friend Julie. Actually, Julie and I used to do some organ and piano duets, and we went around to different churches and played those, so it was fun too. And I got to be the ward organist. Well, we had some great girlfriends. We did a lot of things together. There was 7 of us from Weston. No, it wasn't 7. It was 5 of us. There was 4 and then the 5th one, you know, that we included every once in a while. But there was Julie Robinson, Kerma Noonswander, and Lois Swanervelt, and Theda Anderson was once in a while. We didn't include her a lot, but it was the four of us. Had a good time together. We were always getting together on the weekends, you know, and spending the night together and going to drive-ins in Preston and having a hamburger and a Coke or something. And we'd drag Maine, kept trying to get some guys. A few times we got some guys. Did some crazy things with the cars. My dad always had a Buick, and he traded in every 2 years, so we'd always have a brand new car, and they went fast.
On
Funny,
those
I
old
didn't
country
kill
roads.
myself. Yeah, sometimes we'd get them up to 100 miles an hour or more. I remember Elvis Presley was popular. We were all talking about him the next day after he appeared on Ed Sullivan. We were all talking about how he was moving his hips. It really got us all excited about that. And I remember one time there was a song on the radio when I was driving by myself on those country roads. Country roads are gravel roads. And I remember it was, "Come on, all shook up." And I got so all shook up I had to slam on the brakes and get out of the car. I was so excited with the song. Can you imagine you were
No.
with that? So I understand when kids get excited about songs. Let's see. Oh, another boyfriend that I had was from Clarkston, Utah. And his sister had married someone in Weston. And I guess she liked me because she got us together, and we went together for 3 or 4 months. His name was Ravston. I can't remember his first name, but he was so good looking. He was a very good looking boy. His dad was a state president over there, and so he took me to several things over there and down to Logan and went boating and all these kind of things. It was a long ride back to
yeah.
Weston, and then they had to go home from Weston to Clarkston. So, but I remember one night we were sitting in the back seat, and his boyfriend and his girlfriend were in the front, and that was my first really formal kiss. I really got a good kiss from him. So I'd say that's Stephen. That's his name, Stephen Raston. He's the first one to give me a kiss. I didn't mind, he was awfully cute. So, you know, it wasn't hard making out with him. Making out, you know, was just sweet kisses. For me. I guess another boyfriend I had was Daryl Swanervelt. I went with him quite a bit. He was very good looking. He was tall. He was 6'4", and he was a nice gentleman boyfriend too. He was real sweet and good friends. We were good friends more than we were, you know, like you think of boyfriend girlfriends now. We were just really good friends. We'd go together to things. Just nice, sweet kisses afterwards, you know.
Yeah, right, Mom. Not from guys.
I remember our junior year was a fun year because we got to do, we had a music teacher that moved in, and so our little small school put on an operetta. It was called The Fortune Teller. We were so excited, and I got a part. I got one of the main parts. And I didn't realize at the time the part that I got, I had to wear a boy's uniform because it was men in uniform, and I was supposed to disguise myself because my brother had gone, I guess, off with the gypsies or something. I didn't want to get him in trouble, so I dressed up because we were twins. I dressed up, and so they had me in a band uniform, and all the guys were whistling. And I was so embarrassed with these guys, but it was fun because there were 2 guys that I had to learn to tap dance with. So I would practice over in Preston, Idaho at a tap dancing class, and we'd practice and practice. Then I'd go to my singing teacher over in Preston. She'd help me practice with the songs that I had to sing. I had several solos that I had to sing. And actually it's Nathan Charrington's aunt.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
And you talked to him
That's
about
what
this.
I told him.
Yeah.
I told him that. Ada